Welcome back. We're here for another little of our, Proverbs. We're working through a few Proverbs, and can it help us, Tracy, in our spiritual life? Of course, but it can also help us a little bit in our golf life. There's a lot of application there. So I'm going to take you now to Proverbs chapter 30, and I love this. And in fact, it's one of the core things that we have at Links, and I'll explain that in a few weeks. But there are 4 things on the earth that are incredibly small, but they are exceedingly wise. And then he goes, number 1, you ready? This is what we're going to do this week. The ants, well, they're not as strong folk, but they prepare their food in the summer. Okay, so ants are known for, preparation. They're thinking ahead. They're preparing. Now, let's talk first about the golf side of this. When you were getting ready to play a big event, talk about your, I hear Tiger and Jack and Anahita, preparations. A lot of those guys would quit, not even play the couple of weeks before because they were so intent on preparation. Take us through a little of the preparation that an LPGA Tour player goes through before a big event.
Yeah, well, I think there's 2 things. One, you got just preparing your body, your swing, the mechanics. And a lot of times that is a lot more time than most people think. So whether you play 1 tournament or 10 tournaments, it's the same preparation. Hours and hours and hours of hitting golf balls, chipping and putting. And that's what the question I get a lot as a senior player, like, why don't you play? And I'm like, well, it's a lot of time.
Right, it's a lot of time.
But then when we're at the event, we're preparing Monday afternoon or specifically Tuesday's practice round days. And if you ever see those yardage books that were during the tournament rounds, that we're
the
looking
big gigantic things that hang out of the back of their pocket, right?
Yeah. So we're constantly writing notes in those yardage books, and when we play the same course year after year, we're writing notes so that we remember it even the next year or the year after that, whether it's a location of a pin, carry numbers over a bunker, or where the water hazards are. We're writing green breaks, like it breaks this way, even subtlety, like the first part of the putt goes this way, the second part goes this way.
Right.
So
where do you want to miss it on a particular hole?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where I can miss it and still get it up and down possibly. So if I've got a bad lie and I got a flyer, I'm going to... Sometimes even tour players that they're so prepared they might intentionally miss a green because going at the pin, they're gonna out of a flyer lie, they're gonna bounce over the green. They can't get it up and down. It's an instant bogey.
Right.
So I mean, unbelievable amount of preparation.
Yeah, it's so much more than what the typical golfer even thinks. Most people think we just show up on Wednesday night and tee it up on Thursday.
They just got lucky. They got a Fred Couples kind of a swing, or just natural from the beginning, and but. The amount of preparation, and again, if you hear, and when we're taping this, we're pretty close to having had Tiger Woods just be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he talked about preparation all the time. He patterned his whole career around the majors and preparation, what Jack Nicklaus did, and how he could even improve on that. And it's just amazing the amount of preparation that, you don't even see. You say, oh, that guy's just she's such a beautiful swing, or such a great player. She's so lucky. Yeah, she's lucky.
Thousands of golf balls later.
Yeah, thousands and thousands and thousands. So let's talk briefly about our spiritual preparation. I mean, a lot of people don't think in terms of preparation. First of all, do you have a call on your life? And if there is a call on your life, there's a lag between the time that God may give you a vision, maybe even to start a fellowship at your club, and the time that it actually is birthed. So there's some lag there. Well, what's that lag for? Well, you just got to wait on the Lord. There's preparation. Yeah. Preparation. How do you prepare for vision in your spiritual life?
Yeah, it's hard because impatience sets in and frustration. Like even for the ministry work that I do, my vision is to help athletes live free of trauma.
Right.
Well, how am I going to do that? And so, but it starts with me preparing my own heart, and then just taking that one next step, and letting the Lord guide and lead me instead of me getting out in front. And so time in the Word, time with other people, letting other people speak into me, prayer, which I don't do really good at praying, so I have to have other people in my life that help me pray.
That help you. You hang around prayers and you become a prayer. That's what we learned a few weeks ago. So in closing here, when we're talking about preparation, again, preparation is really what happens when people aren't watching. right? Nobody's seeing you in the Word, on your knees, worshiping, maybe in your office, or the prayer that Tracy just alluded to, and probably nobody's back there on the back of the range watching you hit that same little pitch shot that you've hit 10,000 times with making it automatic. Look, you have to own it in golf to be able to get it in the pressure, and you have to own this. And so part of why we come together as a community, a golf community at Links, is to, again, keep you prepared. So we'll get into the next item that's small but exceedingly wise next week.